Welcome to another episode of Surviving Until NTHE. I'm Terry O'Shea, and today I will show you how to grow protein inside your house. At the end of the tutorial, I will give you the name and address of the company where I buy my starter insects. We are smack in the middle of the 6th mass extinction. In the very near future, it may be impossible to grow food outdoors. There are so many advantages to growing insects as a protein source. These are just some examples. This tutorial will show you how to build a mealworm habitat that accommodates the entire life cycle of the insect. Here are the things that you will need for this project. Pause the presentation here if you need to make a shopping list. Mark the edge, leaving only a small lip. If the lip is too big, eggs will hang out there and develop into worms instead of falling through the screen. Using a Dremel tool is much easier than using a box cutter. If you use a box cutter, it may take several passes with the razor to cut it all the way through. It is really easy to crack this plastic. It's pretty brittle, so take your time. When you are done, clean up the edges with the razor or some sandpaper. It doesn't need to be perfect, just relatively flat. I find that gluing the screen on the outside is much easier. It's really your preference. After you glue it down, you can trim the excess. Make sure that you fill any gaps in the screen with more glue. Drill the holes high enough so that the worms cannot escape. Drill slowly with a wiggle motion. Do not apply a lot of pressure or you will crack the plastic. Do this for all 3 drawers. You are now ready to put the bedding in. In the top drawer, put a mixture of whole oats and oats that you ran through a blender. It's a little more expensive, but you can buy powdered wheat and oat bran for this purpose. Place a section of egg carton for them to use as a shelter. Place only ground oats in the middle drawer. This is the area that the tiniest of worms will grow into mature ones. Once they are mature, you will move them to the bottom drawer. Place fresh fruit or vegetables along with a slice of bread in all the drawers that currently have insects in them. They eat the bread and they get their moisture from the veggies. When you get your starter group of worms, they go here. You will have to wait until they fully develop into beetles to lay eggs. Notice the holes in the squash and carrot. Notice the worms all over the bread as well. These are happy mealworms. I order my starter kits from Fluker Farms. They are the least expensive for all live insects across the board. At Walmart, you will pay $3.20 for just 1 dozen, so purchasing them online from Fluker is much more economical. Start with no less than 500 per setup. This is the way your worms will be shipped to you. When ordering, it's important to choose the option to have it delivered to your home, or it will default to you having to pick them up at the post office. I keep these boxes because I use them later to ship worms to my friends. Thank you so much for watching. Be on the lookout for my next tutorial on making protein powder, where I will show you how to turn your mealworms into food. Powder made from mealworms can be added to just about anything. I love making oatmeal bars that are high in protein. These bars have a long shelf life if you are interested in adding them to your preps. I will include the recipe in the next presentation.